Alrighty. Finally, after 2 weeks of wait, I finally got Core Class Laserbeak, which I think actually just released recently since I've been seeing a lot more people reviewing it. Um, well, yeah, gonna go over the paint job, which I think it's really good quality. Don't mind that. That's the dog. My dogs are outside. His face sculpt, if I could get it to focus. Oh boy, it looks amazing. Better than a lot of core classes I've seen and have. But the cool thing about it is that, don't mind the dogs. The cool thing about it is that I'm pretty sure this could be the first core class from Studio Series that's not like for example, if you can see it right there, Ravage. It's more of like an actual like character, like an actual like transformed character, not like an extension of that character. So yeah, I thought in the movie it was kind of cool that Laserbeak could change into like a pink bumblebee, even though I don't know who had that idea, but whatever. It was this really good figure. Um, of course, um, accuracy is out the table. Um, if I find an image, I'll put it right on the screen. These weren't in the original, well, in the actual design, and his chest was more like, actually, more like bumblebees. Um, but it's a core class. What do you expect? It's very limited, and I don't know. I think it's still a great figure in general. Um, the paint is this really nice plastic. This really nice plastic that like shines, like it reflects, and the wheels they rotate, and they're of a nice black color. And the biggest, you know, amazing, the best thing about it, in my opinion, would be the head sculpt, which is on par with the Studio Series Bumblebee. Like they both look great. Of course, someone might say this one looks better, but I'm pretty sure it's just because it's bigger. But don't mind the little clicking of metal. My birds are just roaming. But anyways, we'll talk about the quality. The quality, it's okay. I've had a problem where the arms which are connected to the wheels will come off very easily, but that's because I was mistransforming it. I didn't know you could like lift this up and turn it. So that was on me. But in general, the quality is pretty good. Um, I mean, look at that face. It has great quality. Though it may not be accurate to the actual model. I think it's a very good figure. I wish this had a hinge that you could fold it back on its back, or like right here you could turn it so you could put it in the back, because you could go like this, because the actual model does not have the wings. But I kind of like the wings because, remember, this is Laserbeak, which he's a bird, so I don't really mind the wings. Though I do wish there was like a hinge right here where you could fold this back, because I think this kind of like ruins the figure. Not really ruins it, but it could do better without it right there. But yeah, the back is as per usual for a Bumblebee figure. Its worst trait will be the back. And the back, this panel, actually limits the figure greatly, which I'm gonna talk about articulation. Um, Head just a full 360. It swivels. Haven't done that in a while. Wings could open and close. Open and close. Arms can T-post like that much. If you put them back like this, you could have a full 360. Full 360. No waist swivel. Spread. Because of the back, you can't really move the legs back too much, which sucks. Again, they could have put something right here so you could flip it up, and that would have definitely given the figure more articulation in the legs. They could even have a waist swivel, a waist swivel, if it didn't have this right here. But it goes this much forward, this much forward. That's how much it goes back. And there's no ankle pivot, but what's to expect for a core class? Even though Legacy Bombers does have a really good ankle pivot, I don't think this, due to the transformation, this figure would not work with a ankle pivot. But the articulation is very limited, but well, it's very. I think that's the biggest drawback for me, is that it's very limited due to the back, and yeah. But design wise, I think it looks great, and I think the vehicle mode looks just incredible, which I'm probably gonna go over right now. But first, I'm gonna do some size comparisons. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the weapon. The weapon, for some reason, is better quality than the actual, I believe it's a deluxe class from my 15th anniversary Bumblebee. This, I think, looks better than this. And though I will give this more props in the sense of the figure actually could hold it. Laserbeak could hold it, but a little flick could make it fall. But he also has some weapon storage that you have to really press in, because if you don't press it in hard enough, it will fall off. But yeah, I just forgot to mention about the weapon, so just a little quick addition to that. But yeah, I'm gonna go the size comparison. Guys are really noisy today. Very noisy. Okay, let me just pose him so I could have a better shown in size. Here he is, right next to Core Class Ravage from the Bumblebee movie. Alrighty, here he is, next to Deluxe Class, and my Deluxe Class. Hold up, I'm trying to. I should have done this before I started, but next to the Deluxe Class, sideways. Here he is, right next to. Just to show another Deluxe. Deluxe Bumblebee from the 50th anniversary. Here he is next to Voyager. I think he's a Voyager. I'm pretty sure he is. Voyager. Soundwave. And here he is. Right next. Oh. Yeah. Right there. Here he is. Right next to Leader. Titan's Return. Soundwave. Sadly, oh, and just for a little tidbit, here he is right next to a headmaster. So yeah, the size is pretty decent. Pretty decent. I really hope they keep making. I hope they keep making serious characters like this in core class. But yeah, he's a core class. He's a core class. What more can I say? Okay, so I'm gonna go do the transformation review right now. Might take me a while because I need to transform this guy again, which you guys already know how much I don't like it. But yeah, just here's also a size comparison next to my bird. Kiss it, buddy. Yeah. Okay, here he is in his vehicle mode. I absolutely love his vehicle mode. It's a huge improvement, even though it may not be the same Camaro, but it's a huge improvement compared to the Studio Series Bumblebee, which I'll go over a little bit later. But first I'm gonna talk about paint. Paint stays the same. Obviously, it's the same figure, but it just shines a lot better in vehicle mode. And the undercarriage, it's just perfect. I wish I could turn this around, because you know how much I love, the face being in the bottom. But this is definitely better than this. Really like how they implemented the holes for the wing or the door to the hand, so it locks in perfectly. It's just a perfect vehicle mode. It doesn't even look like it transforms. Of course, you could like have it like that, with the door slightly open, with now doors open from the front. It's just a great vehicle mode. I really wish this wasn't so gray and this was more gold. You see there, it's a little, the colors don't really match that well. It looks too faded to me. But yeah, everything looks gray. Sadly, the back isn't painted, but I'm pretty sure if someone wants to, they could paint it also. And yeah, this is a great figure. The quality is much more hefty than this thing. Compared, this one is panel line hell. I know I usually tell people it's a transformer. Expect a panel lines. If you don't want panel lines, then don't buy a transformer. Buy an actual, like for example, Camaro. But the thing is, this is unacceptable. This is very bad compared to a core class, which is $20 cheaper. Compared to this was way more expensive since I got it in the 150 pack. The 50th anniversary pack for 150, but man, it's a transformation for this hell and this. When at first I was mistransforming him and I wouldn't do some things right and the wheels / arms will fall off, but once I figured out that you could pull this part back, it was just a easy transformation. Here is Laserbeak compared to the Junkyard Bumblebee, which is my preferred Camaro mode. I think this transformation is way better than this. Though, now that I see it, I just realized the head's smaller. That's interesting. Well, this car in general was bigger, but this figure should have been, with the panel lines, should have been like this. It would have been way better if the panel lines were this. They lock into place, and there's not too many of them. There's too many of this. Some transformations bits from this, I wish, were like this. Of course, it'll limit the possibility, but I feel like Hasbro and Sakura, being, you know, multi-billion-dollar corporation, pretty sure they will be able to, you know, do that. But the wheels roll, unlike this Bumblebee, which is lifted up from these stupid things. And gosh, I hope this is the last time I transform this Bumblebee. But this one slightly rolls, but this one rolls perfectly. Weapon storage, I actually really like. A lot of people don't like weapon storages, but I love it when it's on top or on the sides. Kind of reminds me of, you know, I don't know if I could find it, if I put it here, that scene, Dark of the Moon, when they open up and they have weapons. I wish they would do that more with the weapons instead of just having them like stick out like sore thumbs. For example, Bumblebees would be right here, and that just doesn't look good to me. But yeah, the vehicle was great. Doesn't even look like a Transformer. It just looks like a pink Camaro. Of course, with the weapon. Oh, there's a bird in my head now. Ay, ay, ay. Buddy, get off my head. Get off my head. I want to say hi. Say hi. Kiss it. Alrighty. Anyways, vehicle mode is just absolutely great. Way better than the robot mode, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the size comparisons. Alrighty, of course, we have him next to Core Class Ravage, which is pretty funky. The size comparison. Here he is next to Deluxe Sideways. Here he is right next to Deluxe Transformed Series Bumblebee, which, look at that. And I'm pretty sure I did not mistransform this guy. And here he is next to Series Other Bee, the superior bee in my opinion. I just wish the windows were black like this one. Here he is next to Voyager Soundwave, which I wish I had the Dark of the Moon one, but I sadly don't. Here he is next to Leader Class Titan's Return Soundwave, which I might review soon. Oh, and here is right next to the Core Class Soundwave. Well, Sound Blaster, technically. Yeah, it's a pretty decent size. And just a way better figure in general compared to this Funko. It just feels... Anyways, it just feels like I'm just crushing Bumblebee into a Camaro, which not fun. But this is fun. I've had more fun transforming this guy than this guy. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go over the review now. Well, I will review it. You are something. You know that? You know that? You know what? You are a genius. Special guest since Laserbeak's a bird. Boop, boop, boop. Don't bite me. And wait, where's the other one? So are you. Now it's time to go over my review. Some things I didn't go over that I forgot would be that the plastic quality is very good, nice and sturdy. I feel like it's not gonna break, and I'm actually confident about that. Unlike other figures, I've said that before. Oh, and it's a feather. Um, the one bad thing about it is that it's very loose from the chest. It does clip, but it easily comes off. But robot mode for core class, I'll give it a good 7.5 out of 10. It's decent for a robot mode. Not as good, definitely not as good as core class bomb burst, but it gets a job done decently also. Plus, his head sculpt is just to die for. Vehicle mode. Oh boy, that's a great core class vehicle mode. That I would actually give a 9 out of 10. That vehicle mode is just one of the best core class vehicle modes I've ever had. But yeah, so 7.5 out of 10 for robot mode, 9 out of 10 for vehicle mode. So yeah, that's a review. So God bless, and until the next time.